What's going on, everybody? Kwaku here, back with another video. Today we're going to take a look at Notepad. Notepad, not the built-in Windows 10 Notepad, but actually a UWP Fluent Design Notepad. It's a modern styled Notepad. It's got all the features that you can expect from Notepad. As far as I see, it probably doesn't have the super power using features, but again, I don't know what power using features are in Notepad, so I'm a different case. But it's got all the general looks and designs of Notepad, only it looks much nicer. It looks more modern. It looks fluently designed. And yeah, it is made by the developer Icarago, if I said that correctly. So yeah, let's take a look and see how it works. So here we are looking at Notepad. Again, this is not the normal Microsoft Notepad. This Notepad is very well designed. It looks like, in the comments, what I saw for the reviews of this app, it said this is the Notepad Microsoft should have included inside Windows 10 in the first place. And obviously I agree. I don't know if there's any special features that Notepad has that this doesn't, but as for the Surface features that most people will use, yeah, this looks to have it all. It's got the word wrapping, it's got the spell check, which I can't seem to get working. And then it's also got what was called the status bar. So you can see down below here, you can see line and column 384, and then if I click over here, you can see I'm at column 29 and so on, and then line 2 should be starting right here, right? Let me see what happens if I do this. Line 2 starts when you do a break in the page and you start the next one. So line doesn't necessarily for this app mean like I'm on this first line, the quick round fox, and then here, and then you jump down to the jumped over. Line doesn't start there. Line starts when you hit the enter button, you get to the next exact line. It's similar to like programming. But yeah, this is the Notepad application, the UWP Notepad application, and it looks really good. I'm going to say it over and over again. It looks really good. Here, it allows you to new file, as it says right there, or control N. So if I click it, it's going to tell me, do I want to save changes, which I can press S to do. So they're giving you a lot of simple shortcut commands to do with this. And it opens up TXT files really fine. You can discard your changes with D, and that allows you to just make a new page without saving your changes, or you can just hit escape or just click this button to go back. So I'm just going to go back so I can show you more. And then here we have the open, and yeah, I like one thing that I do like about this whole thing is not only are the shortcut commands for this very easy to use, like you see control N to create a new file, control O to open, and control S to save. It makes sense because open starts with an O, and I know a lot of programs, they like to throw like random shortcuts at you that don't make sense to what you're actually doing, like the combination. So I like how this developer decided to throw those kind of things in. So you got your open here. So if you open, you'll see that again, it wants you to save changes, discard, or whatever. That allows you to open changes, and then you can hit save. And when you hit save, it's going to open up your browser, your little file explorer here, and this allows you to save things. And I think my laptop is being very loud. Thanks, Razer. So you can see at the bottom, couldn't save your file, and that's because I didn't choose to save my file. And then you can go see more. If you click this drop down dot button, you get your see more, which is save changes. So basically the difference between save and save as, if you don't know already from using computers for a long time, is save basically, if your file is named, let's say, eggs and potatoes, if that's your file's name, and you hit save and you save it as that file, when you open it up and it says above here eggs and potatoes, because that's the name of your file, if you hit regular save, it just overwrites that file immediately. It doesn't ask you any other things. When you hit save as, it allows you to generally rename the file to something else and save it as a different file name. So it keeps both your old file and your current file. Then you got here, going back to the program, you got here share. Basically, it just allows you to share. You know, you'll see it here, boom. It allows you to share. And then you have your keep on top. So you can keep this on top. So basically, see this. No matter what I do, it'll keep it on top. So let me actually bring up the store. There you go. So you see I have the store open and it's keeping it on top no matter what. and it allows me to quickly type notes in there and all that stuff. And then if I want to bring it back to full, you just click this button on the left, boom, and it comes back to full, which is a really awesome feature, I gotta admit. I don't remember whether or not the original Notepad has that function, but it looks really nice and it works really well. You got your font options. So in the original Notepad, you do have font options. You kind of have to click in a little bit to get there. And then this one also has it. You still have to click something to get there. And it's got all your fonts that you have in the computer. I think I have like even special fonts on here. I have like Google Sans or something like that on here. But you got all your fonts and your font sizes. You don't have your bold, but at this point, I think it's just Control B to bold, I believe. No, it's not Control B. But you can't really bold as far as I know, unless I'm dumb, but to each his own. But you got your font options there, and then you got your settings. And basically the settings here gives you a lot of functions. So it gives you your text wrapping. So you can see in the background here, you can see that when I turn off text wrapping, in fact, let me do this. Let me close out of this font thing so you can see better. Hold on 1 second. There you go. So now you can see the text wrapping here. So the Quick Brown Fox J, you can't see the rest because the text is not wrapping through the whole program. If I turn on text wrapping, you can see that the J is no longer cut off. In fact, they just jumped it down to jumped down here, and they let it continue. And basically what text wrapping means, if you don't know and you're watching the video, is generally on Notepad, when you type, it just continues on the same line forever until you hit the enter key to drop it down to the next line. But if you turn on text wrapping, it'll automatically, like Microsoft Word, drop it down to the next line if it's cut off on the screen. And then you got your status bar. The status bar took me a while to find, but it's actually at the bottom right here. So if you turn it off, that thing at the bottom disappears. If you turn it on, right here, it comes back. So that's really cool. And then you got your light and dark themes, just like everything else. You got your light theme, you got your dark theme, and then I'm using Windows default just because I just like all my programs looking exactly how it looks. So right here, this is your this is your status bar right here. I was thinking, I was like, status bar, so it's up here? No, it's down below. So this is your status bar, and that's what happens when you check off status bar. And let's just see how it looks when it's minimized a little bit. So if I drag down, the Microsoft Store is in the background. So if I drag down, you see with the text wrapping and stuff, it looks pretty nice. Let's see, how small does it get? And then it sees, that's actually really convenient that when the smallest it gets right there. Yeah, so it looks really nice. I really like this application. It looks really good. So if you're doing like simple pseudocode for programs and things like that, sometimes it's nice to just type it into Notepad and then copy and paste it somewhere else, or just import it to somewhere else. It just goes out as a TXT file, a text file, not a doc file, not a docx or anything like that. So yeah, but this was a simple look-through review of Notepad, the modern looking Notepad. I don't know what else to call it. Of Notepad. Who knows how I'm going to name this video. It looks nice. Definitely a thumbs up. So far I haven't encountered any bugs, and if I do, I'm gonna let the developer know, or if you encounter bugs, let me know and I can let the developer know to fix. Yeah, hope you guys like this video, and as always, give it a thumbs up, and if you like the channel, hopefully you subscribe. I know I never really say that, but I'll say it every once in a while. How about that? We're growing steadily. I think I've grown a couple subscribers, like 5 subscribers over the past week alone, which is really nice because I only had like 13 subscribers. So that's really nice. Thank you all. And yeah, take care, everybody.